This is MTV News for Friday the 16th of April, and coming up, afternoon fire destroys one house and partially burns 3 in Montu, St. George. More Vincentians evacuated after explosion today. Revamping of livestock industry needed in the wake of the La Soufrière disaster. And in sport, the Louisville 2021 World Para Swimming World Series in Texas that gets underway as a Grenadian is its international para swimming debut. We'll have details to those and other stories coming up for you right after the break. Stay with us.
The 61st annual meeting of shareholders of Grenada Electricity Services Limited will be held virtually on Zoom, as well as the Grenada Trade Center on Thursday 29th April at 10 a.m. Given the risks of COVID-19, shareholders are strongly encouraged to attend the meeting virtually. Virtual attendants are required to submit a proxy for voting. In keeping with COVID-19 protocols, limited seating is available for in-person attendees. To confirm availability and reserve a seat, or for information, please call Grenlec at 237 extension 312.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Good evening, Tony Julian with the details. Fire tenders rushed to Montooth this afternoon, responding to a huge fire that destroyed one home and partially burned 3 others nearby. Troy Gill was on the scene and has this report.
3 houses in one yard belonging to an extended family in Montooth, St. George was affected and one destroyed by fire around 2 p.m. on Friday. MTV News rushed to the scene of the fire, where a fire truck, including 1 fire tender from the Morris Bishop International Airport, along with members of the fire department and residents, was seen trying to extinguish the fire. One resident who did not wish to speak on camera shared her experience of the tragic events.
I asked my sister, I said, hey, who born in board this hour the day? She said, well, I don't know, that look like Leishan or one of them. So apparently we neighbor now, but if fire, mommy said how it's burning. So when we look at it, we look from the kitchen. You can see the fire start from the kitchen side. It started to blaze up, and then a wind, I don't know where that wind come out, a wind just blow, and the whole house just started to spread. Even take my uncle's house, we try to, well, we were out, we uncle's house, half of the house gone, and it catch. You can see about 4 houses why he catch.
Another family member expressed frustration with the response from the fire department.
They're coming to out a fire and coming to play. You're supposed to be walking with all the equipments to the fire, you understand me? The man come up on the step there with the hose and can't even control the hose. You know you can't control the hose, then you're supposed to have somebody to help you, ain't it? We're telling him, the house, you see this 2 houses over there were burned? This 2 houses wasn't supposed to burn. I blame the firefighters, as all they say, them police and them. I blame them for the 2 houses burning.
Officer in charge of the fire department, Inspector St. Paul, says they received a call and immediately responded. However, they experienced a few challenges getting to the scene of the fire.
There were a few challenges, as you know, today is Friday evening, on the roadways coming on. However, we were able to coordinate with traffic department, the central department, and we had an outrider with the bike somewhat directing traffic and assisting in all means. Right? In addition to that, based on the information received that there were more than 1 structure involved in the fire, we sought the assistance from the fire department at the Morris Bishop International Airport, which we were glad to have here to assist us.
There are no reports of any injuries, St. Paul says.
I asked about occupants, and I was told there were one occupant, one lady, an aged person, but when the fire started, she was removed from the house safely.
The cause of the fire has not yet been determined. However, police are investigating the matter. For MTV News, I am Troy Gill.
The people of St. Vincent are bracing themselves for the long haul as a La Soufrière volcano blasted off ash for another day. Richard Robertson, lead scientist at the University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center, told the island's NBC Radio today's eruption, though not a large explosion, still got up to about 26,000 feet. More people have been evacuated and placed in shelters, and appeals mainly are for water. They're continuing to go out. But let's get more in a report from Rachel Bain.
It has been a week since the volcano erupted, causing major damage to the island and also displacing approximately 16,000 people. The people are now based at more than 80 community centers across the island. MTV spoke to journalist Sharon Gawe, who gave an update on the situation.
There have been fewer tremors and earthquakes. However, at 6 a.m. this morning, there was a huge blast off of volcanic ash. However, the wind took it to the sea direction from reports of Nemo. But so far, like we said, fewer earthquakes, fewer tremors. The good news is Dr. Richard Robertson of the UE seismic team has revealed just like any tank of gas, La Soufrière must eventually run out. And this means that the eruptions will subside.
She says while the activity at the volcano seems to be minimal in comparison to when it first began erupting last Friday, the people are challenged in more ways than one.
The urgency to get water, food, clothing, and bedding to over 4,000 persons in 87 shelters has become a priority. And efforts are being made to assist the over 12,000 displaced persons who are in guest houses and with family and friends in different parts of the island.
She also pointed out some of the needs of the people during this time.
And while things at the over 4,000 feet volcano has been, somewhat easing, the pressure has been building on the social and health landscape of the country. Concerns have been about the spikes in COVID-19, and this has been expressed by Chief Medical Officer Dr. Simone Keyser Beach. Water tanks have been going throughout the villages and areas, and rationing continues. Some households continue to be without water for several days, but like I said, rationing has been continuing, and for several persons. But the united efforts by the region to supply water has been valiant, just tremendous. And even international aid agencies such as USAID and the World Bank have been doing their part.
For MTV News, Rachel Bean.
And meanwhile, St. Vincent continues to appeal for humanitarian support. Many islands are heeding the call. The Immigration and Passport Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force is playing its own part in donating water and food supplies to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as we now hear from Nikita Houston.
Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique continues to play their part in the relief effort for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the wake of the La Soufrière eruptions. The Immigration and Passport Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force is among the groups that have donated food supplies and water to the people of St. Vincent. Leroy Joseph is the head of the immigration in Grenada.
The Immigration and Passport Department solicited support from the business community in order to aid the Immigration Department in a time of need now. We all know that in St. Vincent, due to the volcanic activity, there is a scarcity of foodstuff, water. And today we are here, we do collect the foodstuff to send over to St. Vincent to help our colleagues, brothers and sisters.
He says St. Vincent and other countries reach out to Grenada during our time of need, and it's our duty to do the same.
You may recall in 2004, when we were in need of food, of shelter, water, foodstuff, and St. Vincent, Dominica, and the OECS member state reached out to us. And today we are returning that favor, and we are happy as a department. We are proud that we can solicit foodstuff and send to our brothers and sisters could be Friday or Saturday in order for it to maintain a good standard of living over there, because we know there is a scarcity of food, and we thank our supporters, our corporate citizens who send over to us at the department so we can advance the cause in St. Vincent to the brothers and sisters over there.
Officials on the Caribbean island of St. Vincent have warned that residents are facing water shortages as ash from La Soufrière volcano has contaminated water supplies. The volcano continues to erupt. Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Timothy Scandalbury of Scandalbury Distributors from Grenville St. Andrew is also reaching out to the people of St. Vincent in their time of need. While hundreds of cases of water have been shipped to the volcano-stricken island, with more on the way, Scandalbury says that they have chosen to provide other forms of relief which are also needed at this time.
I am donating some toiletries and foodstuff to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines through the Grenada Empowerment Movement.
Known for being the distributors of pharmaceuticals, toiletries and other medical supplies, Scandalbury says that it's important to provide such, considering its disaster and health and safety are a priority.
Scandalbury Distributors, we are part of the health sector in which we supply medical and surgical devices and also pharmaceuticals, and in time like these where those things are necessary for the health and well-being of the people, because they're in a crisis right now.
Scandalbury says the items also include bath soaps, toothpaste and canned food items. And following the news on the devastation caused by the recent eruption of the La Soufrière volcano on the neighboring island St. Vincent, Republic Bank also kicked in to assist by establishing an account to accept cash donations from the general public. Donations, please note, can be made to account 61034372 in the name of St. Vincent Volcano Relief Fund at any branch of Republic Bank, Grenada. So I'll give you the account number once again, 61034372. Remember also that the account is in the name of the St. Vincent Volcano Relief Fund, and that is at any branch of Republic Bank, Grenada. And we also find the livestock and crop trading enjoyed between Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines over the past 6 years, or 6 to 8 years, will be severely affected as La Soufrière volcanic activities increase, spewing plumes of ash over the lands. MTV's Donella Houston spoke to Senator for Agriculture and Fisheries Roderick Sinclair, who explained just how the livestock supply will be affected.
As the volcanic activity increases on the island of St. Vincent and plumes of ash continue to be emitted into the atmosphere, the possibility of damage to crops, water supply and livestock increases tremendously. And farmers from both St. Vincent and Grenada will continue to feel the effects for quite some time. For more than 6 years, farmers in Grenada have enjoyed livestock trading with St. Vincent. But according to Senator for Agriculture and Fisheries Roderick Sinclair, the ongoing volcanic activities will put a damper on things going forward.
What will happen to the future? I know that will be a very telling situation, because my last read is that literally all the agriculture systems in St. Vincent has been destroyed and disrupted. So their livestock would have issues in terms of water, in terms of food.
Sinclair says what is happening in St. Vincent should also be seen as a lesson for Grenada to put systems in place as it relates to food security.
Small ruminant, we need to do more work in that. We have to find some policy from the government and also an investment program into livestock. They are not difficult. to do. If we don't start putting systems in place for our own security and for the security of our neighbors, we would have problems. Where is the sweet potato that we should have in Grenada?
When probed about the possibility of Grenada tapping into other markets for the importation of livestock as St. Vincent remains down, St. Clair had this to say.
This St. Vincent market, I would say, our source for our livestock is alive animals. Okay? But we know that the import don't have to be live. So in terms of a sourcing, you can source it frozen, whole frozen. So yes, there are options, but not necessarily live.
Despite the present situation within the industry, St. Clair insists that young farmers should not be too daunted as the livestock industry is still viable. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
MTV News Friday was still ahead, and economists calling for the exploration of varied approaches to reduce the rate of unemployment in the country. And a new and exciting music program for students begins. We'll have details to those and other stories right after the break. Stay with us.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
It's another exciting promotion, Vitamalt Golden Vault promotion, which kicks off from Friday, March 5th and runs till Friday, April 30th. To enter in the Vitamalt Golden Vault promotion, place 4 gold Vitamalt crowns with contact information in an envelope and deposit in Mac redemption boxes and win a staycation at La Luna, $1,000 grocery shopping spree, a tablet, a 55-inch smart TV. You can win $1,000 cash, a year's supply of Vitamalt, a laptop, and a 65-inch smart TV with surround sound. So get your drink on and win in the Vitamalt Golden Vault promotion. Vitamalt, vitalize naturally.
Dreaming of taking a break and escaping to an idyllic, happy place? Well, finding it does not require you to go too far. You already live in paradise. All it takes is for you to go out and discover it. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique are blessed with a wide variety of accommodation that satisfy any taste and budget. Find the one that suits you and your family and treat yourself while having peace of mind that your health and safety is a priority. Knowing that we have gorgeous waterfalls, stunning beaches, and flavorful cuisine, let's be tourists in our own islands and enjoy paradise at home.
Visit www.puregrenada.com/deals to choose your amazing experience today.
The Small Business Development Fund is committed to providing support for your small business in these challenging times. we've upgraded our loan resources to ensure that your small business continues to thrive. Get business loans up to $40,000 with an unsecured limit of $10,000. Small businesses in agriculture, tourism, fisheries, and agro-processing will receive our unbeatable reduced interest rate of 3%. Get financial assistance for your small business today. Contact us at 459-0773 or via email at info.sbdf@gmail.com. The Small Business Development Fund, a program from the Government of Grenada supporting small business development.
Day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. This time we find that unemployment, a stubborn problem in Grenada, continues to exist even in the best of the country's economic times, needing a different approach, according to Chairman of the Grenada Movement, Patrick Antoine. First of all, Grenadians need to accept positive change, stop playing the blame game, help each other, including the government, and most important, invoke the entrepreneurial spirit. This, he says, will change the unemployment situation in Grenada.
According to economist Dr. Patrick Antoine, there is a need to dynamize the productive sectors in Grenada. He added that due to COVID-19 and the restrictions imposed, importation of varied products is a challenge. He says one of the areas not enough emphasis is being placed on is the micro businesses.
We've been focusing a lot on the micro, small and medium-sized enterprise sector. What we have, rather than having frequent flights with substantial airlift to cover what we have in terms of production, is that we now have reduced flights. This is a major problem today. And so for producers of fish and seafood products, for producers of soursop and other goods destined to the United States and other markets, that is what keeps them awake at night now. And I think we're going to address that is by fixing a lot of these bottlenecks.
According to Dr. Antoine, in fixing where the economy needs to go, the government needs to negotiate with the airlift to give Grenada some more capacity.
so that they can afford it and we can afford it, because the economic impact on the country is so large. We have to do that. What we can't do is to sit and pretend that there isn't a problem. And I want to say that many colleagues, many farmers have called me. Many of the guys in fisheries have called me. There is competition for the limited airlift for cargo.
Dr. Antwang says exportation is lacking in many ways, and therefore, to perform effectively, it must be funded.
I tried to make this point before when we were discussing the budget, after the presentation by the most distinguished Honorable Gregory Boeing. And I thought that it was a missed opportunity for us to reimagine how we can begin to position the productive sectors by funding some low-hanging fruit that are there in the export development strategy.
Grenadians, he says, are known to have an entrepreneurial spirit, and therefore the spirit needs to be invoked.
The emergence of the peasantry in this country and the entrepreneurial spirit that was imbued in that, right, is still alive and well in our country. What we need to do is to enable it. So the way that we're going to address unemployment is really to address those things. And finally, we need to now look at the productive sectors and how we really now, let me say, liberate them so that they can begin performing. And when I look around, you will hear us talk more and more, not to be critical, because we believe that the time has come for us to set aside the parties and differences and talk about moving this country along harmoniously.
He highlighted that there seems to be a celebratory mood whenever the government fails. He believes this is not the way, because once a government fails, the whole of Grenada does. He says there needs to be a change in the mindset of the people to help each other, rather than embracing failure and simply basking in its glory. Stop playing politics with the life of people, he added. For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
The rise in electricity costs, that remains topical among Grenadians, and the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, or PURC, is seeking to assist residents in reducing their costs through the launching of a new program dubbed the Self-Generator Program. This program, according to the PURC's CEO, Dr. George Matthew, will add to the sustainability of Grenada and will also help in achieving the country's climate objectives, as we now hear.
Residents now have an opportunity to reduce their monthly electricity costs through the implementation of a new program by the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission. The PURC's Self-Generator Program was prepared taking into consideration specific requirements established in the Electricity Act 19 of 2016 and amended in 2017. Engineer at PURC, Davrel Bola, explains the Self-Generator Program.
So the self-generator program is going to be based on your consumption, and the sizing of a self-generator for residential usage is going to be 120% of that consumption. So in essence, your systems would be sized 1.2 times your average annual consumption.
This 12-month program is also open to businesses. However, their usage capacity will be different from that of the residents.
It's not only limited to residential. Somebody who's residential, their production capacity would be capped at 1.2 times their consumption or their generation capacity. For non-residential, that generation would be capped at 60%.
Under this program, persons can also sell the excess to Grenlec. CEO of PURC, Dr. George Matthew, explains.
What we say now is that with the self-generator program, the net metered orientation, meaning that you can use so your panels are now directly connected to the load or to your house, right? So that you can use your electricity in your house first. And for example, like in the daytime, you have a refrigerator running, the sun is shining, is generating electricity. In the previous orientation, you would have sold that electricity to Grenlec first and then buy it back to power your fridge. Now what we're saying is that you can power your refrigerator with that electricity from your panels, and then if there is any excess, let's say your refrigerator was using 1.5 kilowatt hours and you are generating 2, then the 0.5 kilowatt hours you sell at a specified rate, which the commission is setting.
The PURC has engaged financial institutions to make them aware of the aspects of this program. Matthew says they are hoping to communicate to these institutions that this is a secure mechanism for producing electricity. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hoston.
Students to the north of the island are now provided with an opportunity to enhance their music production and songwriting skills through a music production program geared toward producing young talent and toward enhancing the music industry on a whole.
Students from MacDonald College in St. Patrick are currently engaged in a 3-month Introduction to Music Production program at their music studio, which was outfitted and launched over a year ago by the Ministry of Culture. Coordinators of the program in the Ministry of Culture, Kenneth Mark, says they have identified the need for students to learn the basic concepts of music production and engineering.
The program is really introduction to music production. Now, we realize the necessity of students learning to track audio and putting music together. Now, over the years, we realized students using their cell phone and other things like that to record music and voice and audio. Now we have a studio where they can do it professionally.
He says the overall objective upon completion of the program is for students to be able to properly produce songs.
It is well treated. We will have a trained engineer who will be the one conducting the program. And we are here to make sure that the student at the end of the day, or the end of the 13 weeks which they will be trained for, they will be able to produce and make what we call a song.
He also highlighted the components of the program.
We have to look at sound. They have to know what is sound, what causes sound. They have to understand multi-track recording. They have to understand microphones. They have to understand how to record voice and instrumentations. They have to understand how to mix and master. They are using the mixing board. They have to understand how to add plugins to make your music better.
Principal at the school is Carl Andel.
Currently, in terms of music, the only thing that we have is a drum corps. But I see the music program enhancing whatsoever we have in the drum corps. So far that I think we could go have a matching band. So we are thinking way ahead of what is happening right now. Also the fact that we have the recording studio, I think that would go a long way in helping our kids to produce music as well as record music.
For MTV News, I am Troy Gill.
MTV News Friday, still ahead on Total Local. The Kingman releases inspirational collection, just what is needed, of course, in challenging times. He speaks to MTV's Javid Nichols about the new album. We'll also have regional news roundup and the latest sporting highlights. Right after the break, stay with us.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
We promised you, and now it's time to deliver. St. Louis UPVC is finally open for business. Look for the blue building marked St. Louis UPVC number 21 Frequenter Industrial Park. At St. Louis UPVC, we manufacture durable push-up windows, sliding windows, projected windows, and casement windows. You can also purchase sliding doors. Our products are manufactured with up to half-inch impact glass, with 21 different types of glass to choose from. Windows can be customized to your specifications. Free delivery island-wide. Opening hours Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Feel free to call us at 439-6538 for more information.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do three things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
This is your Grenlick, and our story is one of change and development. We understand the importance of electricity in propelling the economy and affording our customers a comfortable life. With investments in modern and efficient technology, our team and processes, we now provide a better customer experience all around. From the Burns Point Power Station, our first home, we have come a long way. But our mission is far from accomplished. We now strive to exceed your expectations. This is our Grenlick, and we are proud to serve you.
Tick, tock, toe. I win!
Feel like a big kid again when you play NLA's new scratch game, Tic-Tac-Toe. It's instant cash on the go. Reveal 3 X's or 3 O's in the same row, column, or diagonally, and win the prizes shown, or as much as $5,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play. Tic-Tac-Toe, please.
Give me a tic-tac-toe, please.
Tic-Tac-Toe, please.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Arizo. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Arizo Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Welcome back, and in today's Total Local, we feature Kingman Ajamu and his new reggae album, Nothing Without God.
This one is for Grenada, a sweet, sweet Grenada. Did you Jaja bless my Grenada, my sweet, sweet Grenada? Grenada.
This is Ajamu, and my name is Edson Ajamu Mitchell, and I am from Mama Can in St. Andrews in Grenada. I've been a producer, musician, you could say, for my almost my entire life.
A place called Grenada. History has said this is the land of my mama.
The album is entitled Nothing Without God, comprised of 15 tracks, all original material, recorded at top level recording studio in Mama Can and in Virginia Beach in America. The album also comes on a flash drive, USB flash drive.
Sweet Mama Grenada calling. Hey, Grenada, oh my Grenada, Grenada.
This album came from probably 2 albums worth of music. And there are some other songs that are more upbeat, more, well, I don't really say commercialized, because I always try to keep my music with a certain kind of message. But this album, with the exception of maybe one track titled Whiny Whiny, and this was a track that I did early in the game, but 15 tracks, and they all contain some kind of lyrical content which is more on a spiritual level.
Grenada, Grenada, my Grenada, Grenada, my Grenada. Rise and give them thanks and praises.
My dream and my goal was to really to hit the road, when this album launched. But it's been over a decade, and then, as you know, I've gotten sick in 2016, and that had kept me off, the road for about 4 years, or close to 4 years, 3 years something. That's even before I could have been able to perform again. But now that the album, which I kind of finished up during the pandemic, and now the album is out, and we still cannot tour.
My sweet little country, let freedom reign in my country. Take away the pain in my country. Oh, Mama Grenada, I love you, Mama
And now we move on with the latest regional news roundup.
With tonight's MTV Regional Roundup, I am Clifton James. Caribbean Community CARICOM leaders Thursday pledged their ongoing commitment to help St. Vincent and the Grenadines deal with the impact of the erupting La Soufrière volcano that has so far resulted in the evacuation of thousands of residents on the Caribbean island. A statement issued after the regional leaders met virtually under the chairmanship of Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley noted that the special emergency meeting committed to continuing providing extensive support to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and pledged solidarity with that member state as it strove to cope with the disaster. Gonzalez said that more than 10,000 people had been evacuated from the immediate disaster area, covering approximately 1/3 of the island. He said they're being housed in shelters and at homes of families and friends. Accommodation for evacuees is also being arranged by neighbouring states. The meeting also received information from the Barbados-based Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, SEDEMA, which is coordinating the regional response to the event. Over in St. Lucia, Director of the Bordies Correction Facility, BCF, Hilary Herman said St. Lucia is prepared to house inmates out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines if needed due to the volcanic eruption there. Herman said they are prepared to do so but see no signs of that happening yet. He said he is in constant dialogue with the superintendent of the prisons in St. Vincent, but that has to be done at a higher level, and if directed to do so, they are prepared. Multiple eruptions at the La Soufriere volcano in neighbouring St. Vincent and the Grenadines forced thousands of people out of their homes. The volcano has since blanketed the island with ash, creating difficult living conditions for residents there, including prisoners. Currently, 502 prisoners are housed at the BCF, declaring it to be overcrowded. However, according to Herman, accommodations will be made for the Vincentian inmates. Finally, in Barbados, ashfall preparedness procedures are to be included among the island's disaster emergency plans going forward. With multiple eruptions of La Soufriere volcano in St. Vincent and the Grenadines over the weekend and into this week, Barbados has severely been impacted by the thick ash plumes, resulting in massive deposits of ash across the whole island. In light of this and anticipation of similar events in the future, Prime Minister Mia Motley suggested that Barbados must make adequate preparations. Speaking during Thursday's update on the island's cleanup efforts, she said Barbados is at risk always of this kind of ashfall. Recalling the 1979 eruptions of La Soufriere, she said the bottom line was it was nowhere as bad as this. She says she suspects that this is why even in the emergency planning it has never been fully integrated. She added that the country does not have that luxury anymore. That was the MTV Regional Roundup for tonight. I am Clifton James.
And with the roundup there, we'll have more news coming up after the break. Stay with us.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Sporting fans, remember, sport highlights or sporting highlights, they are next here on MTV.
Holy Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
It's another exciting promotion. Vitamalt Golden Vault promotion, which kicks off from Friday, March 5th and runs till Friday, April 30th. To enter in the Vitamalt Golden Vault promotion, place 4 gold Vitamalt crowns with contact information in an envelope and deposit in Mac redemption boxes and win a staycation at La Luna, $1,000 grocery shopping spree, a tablet, a 55-inch smart TV. You can win $1,000 cash, a year's supply of Vitamalt, a laptop, and a 65-inch smart TV with surround sound. So get your drink on and win in the Vitamalt Golden Vault promotion. Vitamalt, vitalized naturally.
In every line, you must have Wester Hall rum. With a limited offer, you can enjoy our most popular mixes. Coca-Cola and number 7 in our 250 ml bottles for only $12. And Schweppes Ginger Ale and number 3 in our 250 ml bottles for only $10. Enjoy the perfect mix. Available at participating shops island-wide. What's your number? Drink responsibly.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Ricky's Bobcat and Waste Disposal Services cleans, disinfects, and repairs septic tanks, grease traps, and drains. They also repair pipes and rent portable toilets. Professionals with more than 25 years' experience, so don't hesitate to call them when you have a problem. 443-2809 or 420-5069. They offer 24-hour service. Ricky's Bobcat and Waste Disposal Services. With God, all things are possible. They can move mountains.
Coming up in sport, Grenadian Nye Cruikshank makes debut at the Louisville 2021 World Para Swimming World Series. Stay with us for those details.
Caribe Tropical Hard Cider, made from apples and champagne yeast, appealing to the very core. Caribe Tropical Hard Cider, gluten-free, available in original and pineapple.
And now, on to the sporting highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. The Louisville 2021 World Para Swimming World Series in Texas will be a historic one for Grenada, which makes its international para swimming debut. Nye Cruikshank will be the first athlete from the Caribbean island to compete in the sport on the world stage. The S10 swimmer will race in freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, and individual medley. Cruikshank finished Heat 1 in 2 minutes, 11 seconds, 4th place in the women's 100 multi-class breaststroke and qualified for the SB8 finals. Nye placed 7th in the women's 100-meter breaststroke SB final. Caribbean Football Association need to work together to develop the sport in the region, said former technical director of the Grenada Football Association, Marcus Trevor McIntosh. He was on Talk Sports program with sports journalist Michael Bascom. McIntosh went on to say the region must follow the African example of working together.
And I honestly believe that all of us within the Caribbean structure, you've got a CFU union, the Caribbean Football Union, which is just sitting there, right? It is up to all of us within the Caribbean to all work together and share ideas in developing our sport, our football in our islands, and not for FIFA and CONCACAF to be dictating to us on how we should be running our football. You know, you look at Africa. Africa has found a way of all uniting together. Yes, they have their problems within their FA, but one thing they do, they learn how together works better than separately. And they do it very, very well when it comes to exporting their players to Europe. Because they know that when these players arrive back in Africa to their countries, they don't see it as Michael Bascom is coming back to Ghana. No, Michael Bascom is coming back to Africa. And we need to do the same within the Caribbean with the way we go about stuff. Don't turn around and say, oh, Jamaica is by itself, Trinidad is by itself. No, we must all unite together so that this wonderful game and this beautiful game of football can get to the levels which when we really think about it, we have still some wonderful football players within our islands.
Manhead Promotion will be having a 3A-side knockout basketball competition at the Granborough Hard Court on Saturday. MTV Sports spoke to PRO Mina Booker via phone, and she gave us more information about the competition.
10 teams will go head-on at the Granborough Basketball Court tomorrow Saturday in the knockout basketball competition. The competition begins from 3 and each game will be 20 minutes long. Up to $300 is up for grabs, and teams that are interested in participating are invited to register by paying a small fee of $30 or by calling 458-9200.
And that has brought us to the end of MTV's Evening Sports. I am Rachel Bean.
The sporting highlights there for you. When we return, we'll take a look at the public forecast information, then have a recap of the headlines.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
The weekend is upon us, and with the Friday night and the weekend's weather forecast, I'm meteorologist Dwayne Williams. Good evening to you viewers. Clear conditions prevail throughout the Eastern Caribbean as the haze that we were experiencing dissipated throughout the daytime. Another explosion from the volcano produced some ash that moved off to the northwest and to the west into the Caribbean Sea. Of course, it did not affect us. Around the region, however, no other major features. A bit of clouds over the Leeward Islands didn't produce any significant rainfall there. Conditions continue to improve, but over the next few days, we're going to see some small patches of cloudiness moving through the islands. They could produce some very brief and very light pop-up showers. The haze, as I said, continues to dissipate. The forecast for Friday night is for clear and windy conditions, about a 20 to 30% chance of very, very brief sprinkles. Minimum temperature of around 24, easterly winds 10 to 22 miles per hour. On Saturday, however, look for that slight increase in cloudiness. As I said, it will be partly sunny most of the time, but we could see those small patches of clouds moving through and bringing 1 or 2 very brief sprinkles. The winds will be northeasterly between 12 and 24 miles per hour. Moderate seas 4 to 6 with waves in open waters. The sun appears at 5:53, disappears at 6:19, a high of 33, will feel like 36. UV index back up to extreme with a nighttime wind of 24. The moon is going to rise at 9:48 in the morning. It's going to set at 11 in the nighttime. Lots of sunshine throughout the Caribbean tomorrow. Port of Spain, Bridgetown, and Kingston. Also in Miami, they're going to see lots of sunshine there. New York will be partly cloudy. Sunshine also for London. Those patches of low-level clouds would continue throughout the latter part of the weekend, Sunday, Monday, also possibly into Tuesday. Not much chance of rain, but just a chance of those very brief sprinkles likely. That's it for me for Friday night and for this week, folks. Have yourself a great night, a safe and an enjoyable weekend, and please join me again on Monday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
And now a reminder of this evening's main stories. An afternoon fire has destroyed one house and partially burned 3 in Montu, St. George. More Vincentians evacuated after an explosion today. Revamping of livestock industry, meanwhile, needed in the wake of the La Soufrière disaster. And in sport, the Louisville 2021 World Para Swimming World Series in Texas gets underway. A Grenadian is its international para swimming debut. We've had details to those and other stories, and of course also the public forecast information. Tony Julian here with the entire news team, not just wishing you a good Friday night, but also of course a wonderful weekend.